This conference will now be recorded.
All ready? Our special call meeting, May 17, 2021, at 6:01 p.m. Call to order. Ivan Sandoval.
Present.
Maribel Diaz.
Present.
Esmeralda Solis.
Present.
Lloyd Loya. Absent. Cesar Rodriguez. Absent. Rodolfo Arriaga. Absent. We do have a quorum. Item B, public comments. Signs.
Nobody registered for public comment.
Okay. Item number 2, presentation, discussion of AGUA SUD 2020 fiscal audit as presented by Oscar R. Gonzalez, CPA and Associates, PLLC.
Yes, Mr. President, we have the firm of Gonzalez and Associates here who were the auditor for the 2020 year. Here to present the audit is, Gonzalez, will you be making the presentation? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and have a seat. Okay.
That's fine, sir.
How are you? Much time.
You can move the mic down as well. There you go.
Well, good afternoon. I didn't know the traffic was this bad, but it's real bad.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Already coming to. Anyway, we had the audit for our side for the year ending 31/20, starting on January 1st. I want to try to be brief and to the point, and I'll be one from different pages, not go slow. Okay. And if you can turn to page 77, it's almost at the end.
Which page is that?
Basically, the reason why you have that is to give you an opinion, and the opinion is an unmodified opinion, so you've got a clean opinion. And on the internal control of financial reporting, one or more material weaknesses identified, none were identified. And one or more significant deficiencies identified, there were none also. The non-compliance material in the financial notes, there were none. When the federal programs are worried, you are all in line. We got all the information that we needed to prepare the audit for the period under the audit. And then I want to go to page 11 and 12. If you have any questions that go along, feel free to ask. This is the report of revenue and expenditures. Your operating revenues for the year was $10,617,000. And the total expenditures for operations was $12,291,000, which was an excess expenses over revenues of 1.6. But if you can see in the middle of the paragraph, there's depreciation and amortization. So that's an expenditure that doesn't require any cash, that's $4 million. If we didn't have depreciation, we would make money. It will show. You know, the other side, other non-operating revenues, you have the interest income of $40,000 and expenditures of 1.6, and other financial services 22. So you have other expenditures of 1.8, and then capital contribution from grants and water rights were $2,422,000. So the net position for the period ending December 31st was a negative $1.86 million. So 1.086. So your fund balance at the end of the period was 103,963,000. Any questions? Then I would like to go to page 9 and 10. As you can see on number 10, the fund balance at the end was 1,103,963,000. And it is composed of your current assets of 16 million and your non-current assets of 142 million. And if you can turn to page 21. Am I going too fast?
Sure.
Very good.
Okay, if you can turn to page 21, this is where you have your restricted assets. So your cash reserves for water rights and capital improvements is $14 million. So you have money to make other projects. And then also, if you can turn to page 23. On page 23, this is all the assets that the district has, which is $142 million. We're composed of your land assessment, your water rights, construction in progress, and all the equipment that the water has to go into operation. As I can see it, you have a strong fund balance. You have the reserves for future expansion. And I would find anything that was me. And they were very helpful as we use the audit. Is there any questions?
President,
Very well, yes, Sandoval?
No, I'm good.
On the depreciation, can we go back a little bit to the depreciation?
Yes.
What was it that falls under that category for depreciation?
What happens if you go to page 22 for OS?
Uh-huh.
If you can see at the bottom, which is less depreciation. Yeah, give an example, like on your water wells are 624,000, you pay for 624,000, but they're gonna last so many years. So we taken 106,000 the year before, and this year we taken 15,000 of depreciation. And the reason why you do that is because eventually when it gets old, you gotta buy new ones.
Yes.
So we don't expense them out as we buy it, but as we go. And if you can see the utility plant is $4 million depreciation.
Yeah.
And then the office building in the back. So this is where that's why we say that it doesn't require any cash because we get already paid it. But we get to depreciate it.
So the water wells, plant infrastructure, building, furniture equipment, and transportation equipment.
Yeah, you can see, you start with the water wells and the city, the plant, office building, office furniture, and transportation, and the depreciation is in the bottom.
my understanding is that depreciation always has to be in the fiscal year as a lot, even though it's just a depreciation of the assets. You make money, but when you put it on paper with depreciation, it devalues our.
Yeah.
But the only thing we do is you're saving your money for the future.
Right.
Okay, eventually they're gonna get old, you gotta replace.
Yeah.
So there was no findings at all? Anything that was out of?
No, I didn't hear very well.
I'm sorry, there was no findings or
No,
anything?
but that's why I went to the very first, we didn't find any findings on the very first page.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we saw that we didn't find any findings or any significant findings that require that the government can come in.
What would be considered a significant finding? And I'm sorry, I'm one of the new board members.
No,
So,
a significant finding is that something was very wrong, and we can find out if it was very wrong.
mm-hmm.
You know, either missing money or the people took some equipment away, or somebody using the equipment for the personal use. You know, or we can find it, the cash is missing. So what we try to do for every business, or everybody in business should have to have a good internal control. Mm-hmm. You yourself have to check yourself during the year, because we as auditors, we can find everything.
Okay.
But in like in banks or school district, they have like internal control place that comes in and checks during the year. Right. If you suspect something, you can send one of your employees to go check the invoices to make sure that they follow policy, that they do the billing correctly, and that's what is deficient, right? If something is very wrong, if somebody can do anything they want, with nobody seeing what's going on. Mm-hmm. That's why long ago we sent some letters to the board asking you, do you see any suspicious thing that's going on? Because we eventually will not find it. We can find it if there's a trail, but there could be collusion between people and you can find it. But if you can see, you can tell us and we can look into it.
Okay. And that was one of the reasons. Yeah. That was one of the reasons for my question, or for my initial question. Yeah. I know there, on my behalf, there was something that was submitted in, and that was the reason that I was asking if there was any significant finding. So then, based on the information that I provided, there was nothing found on that particular item.
The one that did the audit was then, I did not, I'm doing the presentation and then, but
one of the items that I remember you met with was our auditor. Ms. Burke, and she mentioned that some of the vendors, it was from prior years. We cannot go back to prior years because we're auditing that fiscal year. Oh, okay. Yes. And if you can see that one of the recommendations that we're doing is to hire an internal auditor so you can focus more on the project, and so they can also check on the vendors the way that you want to more accurate.
That answers my question. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you all were the auditors also for 2019, correct?
How about for 2018? No. It was different.
One, we have the audit for 2019, right?
Yeah. The audit for 2019?
Yeah, the other day has you for the 2018. Okay. And then let's get the 2019.
Okay, I have a question. Are we separating all funds, all state funds with all federal funds, or how are we budgeting that? Are they kept in different accounts?
That's correct. We have two funds actually, 200, 300. 200 is basically the operating expenses here in order for us to work. And then we have a separate fund, 300. That one is exclusively for funds. So basically, that one, everything is paid, federal, everything is in that 300. So again, 200 here, this run operations internally, water and 300 project, PSP, all that.
Yeah, but our federal funds and our state funds are completely separate.
Yes, that's right. We have those in different. We have a different account for each fund resource. We have a different account. That's why we have over 36 bank accounts, because we have separate. Okay, this is for this grant. This is the account for this grant. This is for this loan. This is the account.
Okay.
How about the reserve? What money goes into the reserve?
The
reserve.
There is okay, exactly.
For that one, we also actually kept two accounts, right? One was investing from the share for UVV, and then we have also one. Everything is like allocated, so we can keep track of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why we got so many accounts. I was telling my staff, because they have, why so many accounts, why 30? Oh, because we need to keep track of everything, right? Whatever is long, whatever is grand, whatever is,
Okay.
So you never transfer from one account to the other account?
only there's a special situation like reimbursement, right, or certain situations, but, honestly, it's very strict. I mean, when we have a internal control for the transfer, like I myself, we cannot just make a transfer thing like that. I mean, we have a protocol how we can make transfers. But yeah, there are transfers that they are made between accounts, so there could be, backup, and again, it's for special, like reimbursement, it could be.
Basically, when you get a federal grant, it tells you what the money is supposed to be for.
Yes.
And you guys have separate items for that particular
Separate grant.
Because they give you the guidelines that you have to follow. And then that's what we do. When we do the audit, we want to make sure that we follow the guidelines for that particular audit, for a particular grant. And make sure that the money was spent for the particular purpose. And whoever is supposed to get the money got it.
Okay. So we have 36 accounts, right, you said?
I believe, yeah, it's around 3 I believe.
Okay.
I mean, I'm talking about all the accounts,
All
investments.
investments and all, yeah.
Everything. Bank account.
Bank account.
We're creating one more, right, for that guy?
Actually, yes, we're in the process of creating one for a reimbursement, a refinancing for 2020. So we create a new account just to keep track of that debt service that we need to put. Internal plan. for that.
Any other questions? Anybody last one? Sandoval?
No, I'm good.
Good. Questions, Mr. Science?
We appreciate the service you provided us. And I also want to appreciate the staff here who work with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Appreciate the hard work y'all do for all of 2020, making sure that we come like through this time.
Yeah, Melissa was very impressed with the account. Yeah, you have a very good account.
Okay.
Well, I think what we'll do, I mean, we just saw your letter, and we can discuss maybe getting a mid-year audit if you want, somebody to take a look at what we're doing, maybe in the first 6 months.
Mr. President, if I could just make one comment for the record before we close the presentation.
Yes, sir, Mike.
I just want to point out that I did have an opportunity to speak with Ms. Melissa Gonzalez prior to the statutory deadline for approving and submitting the audit. And she had communicated to me that she spoke with the TCEQ and that they had authorized or indicated that an extension of that deadline would be approved upon request. District did request that extension. And so I just want to make sure that it's part of the record today that despite the date being May 24th, that the district did communicate through its representatives with the respective governmental bodies that have a deadline for this audit to be completed. And so the district has met that deadline through those authorized extensions. And I want to thank Ms. Gonzalez for assisting us in that regard.
Okay. And that's for Texas Water Development Board and TCEQ. Okay.
We have documentation.
Okay. Is that it, Matt?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 3, discussion possible action on acceptance and approval of AGUA 2020 fiscal audit as presented by Oscar R. Gonzalez, CPA and Associates, PLLC. Board, if it's an approval, we need a motion.
make a motion for the approval of the AGUA 2026 audit presented by Mr. Oscar Gonzalez, CPA.
I have a motion by Ms. Solis. Need a second?
I second.
Second by Ms. Diaz. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 4, executive session. We don't have anything. Item number 5, either. Item number 6, adjournment. I need a motion for 6:21.
So move.
I have a motion by Sandoval. I need a second.
Second.
Second by Ms. Diaz. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.